Hello and welcome. I am a hotel AI expert with extensive experience in modern hospitality operations and performance support. I am pleased to welcome all students of Europe Hotel School to your online learning journey. Today, we're diving into the world of corporate sales, where one common mistake can cost hotels millions. We're going to break down how to avoid it and truly master this critical part of the business.
So let's start with a really fundamental question. Are all corporate clients the same? I mean, when you hear that term, corporate client, what picture comes to mind? Is it just one big faceless entity? A lot of people think so. But the truth is, the answer to this simple question is the absolute key to unlocking success in this field.
Because believing that they are all the same is, without a doubt, the single costliest mistake you can make in hospitality sales. That one assumption leads to generic pitches, it leads to missed opportunities, and ultimately, it leads to lost revenue. Understanding the diversity within the corporate world isn't just a good idea, it's absolutely essential for your career.
So let's start putting together this corporate client puzzle. We're going to explore exactly why that one-size-fits-all strategy is pretty much doomed to fail. And I'll introduce you to a much more powerful approach.
And that solution is a powerful concept called strategic segmentation. The best way to think of it is moving from a shotgun to a sniper rifle. Instead of spraying one generic message and hoping something sticks, you divide your clients into these distinct groups based on their unique needs, their priorities, and their behaviors. This is what allows you to tailor your approach for maximum impact.
Okay, so what does this actually look like in the real world? Let's get into decoding these client segments. Because knowing what segmentation isn't enough. You have to know who exactly you're selling to. You know, the corporate landscape is incredibly diverse. You've got these giant multinationals with really rigid global travel policies. But you also have nimble, small and medium-sized enterprises, SMEs, where maybe the CEO makes the final call. You've got government institutions that are bound by very strict rules, and then fast-paced consulting firms that need flexibility above all else. Each one of these is a completely different puzzle to solve.
Now, this is where it gets really interesting, when you lay out the differences so clearly. A multinational's key priority might be something like global consistency and data reporting, and their decision-making process is often complex and multi-layered. An SME, on the other hand, they prioritize cost-effectiveness and flexibility, and you're often dealing with a single decision-maker. And government clients? Their entire world revolves around compliance and transparent procurement rules. You simply cannot approach these three with the same sales pitch.
All right, knowing the segments is step one. Now, let's focus on building your strategic toolkit. This is all about taking that knowledge and learning how to tailor a specific, really effective approach for each type of client.
Let's use a large corporation as our example. The decision-making process here, it's not one conversation, it's a journey. First, you'll probably talk to the travel manager. They care about policy and the employee's travel experience. Then you might face procurement or finance, and their entire focus is on cost control. Finally, you may need executive approval, and that conversation is all about strategic value. The key here is you can't use the same pitch for all three. You need a distinct message for what each one truly cares about.
And this illustrates another brilliant point. Your strategy isn't just about company size, it's also about culture and geography. A European client, for instance, might place a very high value on sustainability initiatives and long-term efficiency. Meanwhile, a North American client might be much more focused on immediately measurable value and technology integration. Your approach has to be culturally aware to build that essential trust.
This quote really gets to the financial heart of the matter. Value is subjective. A huge multinational might see value in a comprehensive annual contract that comes with volume discounts. A smaller business might see value in super flexible pay-as-you-go pricing with a few nice perks. Your pricing and your packages have to reflect what each specific segment is actually willing to pay for. Okay, we have the knowledge, we have the tools. Now it's time to put all this strategy into practice. This is about moving from the planning phase right into successful execution in the hotel's day-to-day operations. You have to remember, success in corporate sales is never a solo effort. It absolutely requires seamless collaboration. The sales team goes out and makes the promise, but it's the operations, events, and revenue departments that actually deliver on it. When every department understands the client's needs and works together, that's how you create an experience that builds loyalty. Any misalignment here can break even the best contract. And today, of course, technology is your most powerful ally. A good CRM system is so much more than a database, it's your hotel's memory. It tracks every client interaction, every preference. And then there's data analytics. Say your data shows that a certain tech company always books last-minute rooms in the third quarter. That single insight lets you proactively reach out with a tailored offer. It transforms you from just reactive to truly strategic.
So, we have the strategy, the tools, and the technology. Now let's just zoom out and look at the big picture. What does true mastery of corporate hospitality sales really get you? This is about more than closing one deal. It's about building a sustainable business through the powerful, long-term benefits of segmentation.
And the benefits are significant. We are talking about maximized predictable revenue growth. We're talking about strengthened client loyalty that can withstand shifts in the market. This all leads to enhanced satisfaction, a sustained competitive advantage, and even more efficient optimized resource planning for your entire property. These are the signs of a truly effective sales strategy.
So, if there's one thing you take away from our time together today, I hope it's this. Segmentation isn't just a task you complete. It's a strategic capability that you build. It is the core mindset that separates the good from the great in the world of hospitality sales. And that brings us to the future. You know, the world of corporate travel is constantly changing. Hybrid work and AI are reshaping business needs right now. The segments we discussed today will evolve, so I'll leave you with this question to think about. How will you adapt your strategy to win the corporate client of tomorrow?